Maybe we'll get. Yeah. Yeah, I'm wearing pantoffels. What do you call pantoffels in English, actually? Slippers? Sleeping slippers? House slippers? Because my freaking sandals got destroyed with the mud yesterday. I'm going to dance barefooted. It is dance day. I'm dancing to say thank you. We're finishing our year strong. I appreciate the love that you share. Without further ado, are you ready? Maybe I should introduce today's stream topic. Today's stream topic is going to be about the truth of your existence, right? That for a lot of our lives, we spend a lot of time seeking truth when the simple act of existing, the fact that you are existing right now, the fact that you can absorb this information means that it's true, right? And again, love in my mind is truth as well, but that's neither here or there. We're going to start. So I hope you friends will join me for some dancing. You ready? Is it gonna be good enough? I wonder. Maybe, I want more trees though. Maybe I'll have to walk away further. Dance spot dedicated. Is somebody sending lovers in chat right now? It is Joy Lee. This is a new streaming view. Yeah, you're just like super high up, right? Usually you're a little bit lower to the ground. If we're discussing truth, then are we also discussing illusion? Yes, I mean, if not, why not? Maybe we can attach that illusion to the experience of being like you are the truth. That is the illusion. That's the yeah, it is. Let's wiggle. It is time to dance. I want more volume. I'll put you behind the speaker so it doesn't get too loud. Reaching out into other worlds. Reaching out into other worlds. Done. Done, done, done.
Llevo mi alma, me doy por entero. Cuanto más vivo, más loco me quiero. De loco me llaman, me quedo grosero. Te quiero mi perra, mi amor verdadero.
I'm sorry. That track is not gonna be the one. Hello, Toast. It's nice to hear your name in chat, bro. Sam's here. Siobhan. Hey, Jazil. Thank you for joining us live. It's nice having you here. My body is hurting today. Oh, the dancing is taxing me. One more track. I don't know this one.
I have no idea where I am, how I got
Let's see if the next drop is better. track is really tasty. I'm just too beat to dance to it properly. Give me a second. Thank you, tree. Standing by the bitterly. Just for a few seconds. Hè, puppy? Hè, puppy, woeft daar? Kom hier zo. Ja, 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 ja. Ja, 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 ja. Ja, 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 ja. There's your baby. Relaxie. Relaxie yourselves. My body is feeling pretty beat. I didn't do too much this festive season, but I didn't eat much. I lost 6 pounds. I don't know if that's what I'm feeling. It might be. There's some fresh mulberries on this tree. Lucky me. Let me see. The only ones I can get are the ones that the birds cannot reach. The birds have been plundering. There we go, there's another one. Okay, I'll pick 2 more and then I'll come back. 1. And then no, that's too small. Yeah. 2. I already feel a bit more rested. Maybe I'll partake of more plant. Look at that. Nature candy. Little stick and all. There's bugs on this one. Like a baby ant. You see them? Part of me wants to eat him as well, but I won't. Nice. Little mid-exercise snack. Good morning, Duck Dad. It's like a weekend. Not really. Not really. Any alcohol this weekend. I had some alcohol the first 2 days. The first day I had a beer and then a Southern Comfort and Lime, which is like a whiskey liqueur. And that was it. And I felt bad. And the second day I tried again. I had a beer, some again Southern Comfort and Lime, and then I had some grape Tizer, which isn't alcohol. And I got super nauseous again. And then the last day I was like, nah, dude. Alcohol ain't for me, man. That always makes me a cardio catastrophe. I'll stick, little stick and all. Body positivity right there. Yeah. Yeah, don't take pieces of the mulberry off just because you don't approve. The whole mulberry wants to be consumed. Okay, I got my breath. Before I do dance again, I'm going to embrace some strawberry runs. I'll do it on the rock. I'll do it on the rocks. I'm going to see if I can do this smoothly as possible. Yeah. What is that like? Zoomy. And I'll punch in like that. Yeah, I'm losing some pixels, but So, Southern Comfort in South Africa. That's what we call grandpa's cough medicine in these parts. Well, grandpa has good taste, bro. Like, that's technically the only thing I drink. It is very sweet, but it's like I drink it because you kind of like you have to drink it slowly. It's kind of sour, kind of sweet, kind of alcohol pungenty, kind of like a full flavor as well. So you drink it slowly, and I kind of appreciate that. When I used to actually drink, that would be my drink of choice. I have to clean my vaporizer again. I'll do so after stream. I shared my little vaporizer with so many of my family members this weekend. It was so much fun being able to see their faces when they try this vaporizer, because a bunch of them have smoked joints and bong hits before. So that's like their frame of reference of what weed tastes, you know, what the experience of smoking weed is like. And then they try this thing and they're like instantly, as soon as they take their first pull, their faces go like, oh, like that Pikachu wow moment. And I'm like, yeah, you like that. My intention for smoking is to gain new wind so I can dance even harder, say even more thank you for this year that you friends have spent with me. Click. Hot. Diggity. Damn. Yeah, that is instantly very present with me. Dry vape with my sister. It was fun. She didn't mind the taste. Isn't it fun showing family/friends finer sides of hobbies? It was. I'm so happy that you had an experience like that as well, Toast. You get to resonate extra with me, bro. But like, yeah, I do know what you mean, Mel. I do know that. Oh, that face. She didn't mind the taste. Love is true. Hey, Kristen, bless. So much blessed to you. There's always someone in the family who only drinks Southern Comfort and talks down at everyone else. I don't talk down to everyone else. I just don't drink what they drink. Like rum and coke, I will not. I won't even take a sip from someone. That's how much I dislike it. Can't put that stuff in my body, bro. They're like the polar opposite of those CrossFit assholes, but somehow exactly the same. How is that? It's the truth of existence. If I'm going to try and sum it up, I once drank a bottle of Southern Comfort and demanded people wrestle me on the front lawn. I don't really ask words like that. Unfortunately. That's how it happens, man. It's like liquid asshole. I'm going to start playing music and pretend this conversation didn't happen, because I feel like this is very, very revealing right now, where I'm like, people are seeing me. People are seeing my asshole.
idea where I am and how I got here.
Did that to me one time. One time. The last time. Never again. It was fun challenge. People actually took you up on it. They wrestled you. Sexy, sexy sax.
I'm sorry if you take me home, you know I'll be gone in the morning.
I actually have a track called Soul Sexy. It'll be the next one thanks to you, Duck Dead.
Tomorrow's not the same, so you can take a break, but you can have it on me. But you can have it on me. But you can have it on me.
This is gonna be hot.
I'm worried that you love me.
So far. What up, Leslie? Right? I'm gonna see if I can catch her.
Take me home, you know I'll be gone in the morning.
Catch her. One more. I think you're right, Kristen. If he doesn't know how to dance without the scarf. Let's see. Okay, enough. I'm dead. I've danced. Thank yous have been thanked. Movements have been made. What a stream it's been so far already. Nice noodling, dude. Thank you. Day 1000, brah. Weirdly enough, Toast, literally, while I was typing in today's stream number, I was thinking about day 1111, right? Like the 1111 day. Double your number. I'm looking forward to it. I thought mulberries grew on bushes. I mean, aren't bushes just small trees? Maybe that is a bush in comparison to that tree. Love is true. JPL speaker says bakabaku, bakabaku. Exactly, dude. Like it's so ingrained in my brain at this point that I make the sounds with it. What's gonna be our background? Are we gonna do mulberry tree? Let's see how far I have to come. How close I have to come. Is that it? I'm gonna have to bring you down a notch though. We're going to be seated. Okay. Are you gonna bear with me? Maybe I'll show you myself while I mission back and forth. Some visual information at the very least. Whew. My body needs to toughen up. I'm not nearly fit enough. I want to be able to dance like I do for at least an hour. That's my fitness goal, to be able to do it for a straight hour. You see. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna have to make one more trip. Last one. Now for the shortening of the legs. Hey Simon! It's nice seeing you here, bro. And that's the garden. Looking orange. Dude, this scarf got lost in the ether for like a few months. It was in one of my bags. And then when I packed for this weekend, I found this scarf again. And I was like, how did I forget about my merman scarf? I have so many scarves. Like my scarves are like a mini mountain in my room. I want to maybe either 3D print or just buy myself some hooks. And then I want to like decorate a whole wall full of my scarves. You know, add some utility to it. I think I'm going to come to the side a little bit. And then, yeah. That's it. Yeah, composition. How about that? Okay, let me open chat. It's already 44 minutes past. I guess time flies when you're having fun, right? I hope you friends did. It's so nice to have you here with me. Wow, shout out. Gifting memberships, I see. Even Isaac and Complex Cat receiving them. Blessings. Nice seeing you friends here. I don't know if I want to drop. You know what? I'll stay. Usually, apparently, within like video making composition, you're not allowed to have like too much headroom over the top of your head. Apparently, if there's too much headroom, it's wrong. Let me know. Let me know what you think. The legendary merman scarf, the one and only, bro. I think this was the first scarf, right? Technically, this was the first scarf that someone from America sent me. And it's aggressively yellow, orange. I'm not colorblind, right? Like this, does it seem that aggressive to you, friends? Like I feel like it's even more aggressive on camera than it feels in person. It really feels like power, right? Snack of power. Talking about snacks, let me show you something. Yesterday, as we arrive home, I unfortunately was sitting in front because I was streaming for a little bit there. I did ask my dad if he wants to sit up front. He said no, he doesn't want to. But we have a rule in the family, if you will, that if you're sitting up front, you have to open the gate. And it has been saucing here in South Africa and here on the farm as well. So it's mud galore, so much mud. So I knew I had to get out in the mud. But as I'm getting out of the mud, my brother spots a snake in the road. I instantly run up to it to go and see what species it is, to identify it. And I identify it as a rooi lippie. I don't know if it's called red lips. Hey Google, can you show me the red lip snake? Yeah. Its scientific name is Crota pholitis hotamboia. Boia. That's a mouthful. Or a herald snake, known as the herald snake or the red-lipped snake. It's a species of snake in the family Colibria. The species is endemic to sub-Saharan Africa. This is true. So I snatched that little dude up. Look at those lips. Look at that little face. It had this like blue, purple shimmer here up as well. Such a gorgeous creature. I did pick it out from the mud, but look at that. It had this like coating over every, like I'm trying to like turn the snake because as you would turn the snake, these colors would shift in the light. It technically had like a sheen. You can see like a little bit of it. It had like that sheen over every single one of its scales, but over its head, it was the most prominent. I'm going the wrong way. Snakey is looking at you. Look at that snake tongue. Oh, it's so freaking cool. Apparently they come out at night to catch frogs. So I freed her again. This dad's in the background. I think I got like a what's happening here face. Yeah. I got blessed with some snake. It was super fun. That's a good looking snake right there. Right, Joe? Yeah, it's a good looking snake. Thank you for joining us, bro. It's nice having you. The red is a mouthful. Stop those, please. Oh, have mercy on my soul. Gorgeous. Go on. Is this an old dance stream today? It did feel like that for a second, didn't it, Jovi? Bringing us back today to today's stream topic. I need to catch my breath still. I can still feel my heart beating like it's like 80s now. The orange looks good on you, Melty. Thank you, John. It was a long time coming. Google pic required. I can show you my own pics as well. Do you want to see the Google pics as well? Hey Google, show me the red lip snake. This is what the Google pictures look like. There's one of them. This one looks a little bit more angry. There's another one. This one looks less healthy. You can see that one in comparison. The one I got is super healthy. This one also has like a little bit of specklishness, less sheen on the top of her head. Are you seeing that? Oh, wait a second. Does it want me to? This is tripping me out. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing this. Like every single time I click on it, you see that? I feel like I'm tripping out. It doesn't allow me to copy it. Right? Like usually if it does that, it's like it allows you to sticker. Why is this happening? It feels like the AI is like, snake identified. Here is snake. This is where the snake is. Right here is snake. Thinking about it, thinking about it. This one didn't do it. Thinking about it. That's the snake. Right there. Why is this happening? I'm so confused. It doesn't happen on my image gallery. So surely it's not a tablet thing, right? But you could do this though, right? Like that's what I thought it's trying to get me to do. But no. I don't know why that's derailing me so much. Like the way that, okay, so let me share with you what's happening in the background of me tripping out. There's this study that they did where they have like a 1 to 20 scale of noise that they introduce onto an image. And then they take a bunch of predatory or potentially dangerous animals to the human being. And then they put it in one of those spectrums where number 1 is all noise and number 20 is no noise, or the other way around, doesn't really matter. And then they would click up, right, from 1 to 2, less noise, less noise, less noise, less noise, until there's no noise whatsoever. And snakes is the creature that human beings could pick out with the most amount of noise over anything else. So in my mind, it's that, right, where you're looking at a noisy image and there's a snake somewhere in it, and then your brain goes whomp, like identifies that snake in the image that you're looking at. And then I click on the Google images and they do that every single time I click on a new one, and it messed with my brain. It's still kind of messing with my brain. I don't know why it's doing that. I want to see something. Hey Google, can you show me a picture of Liu Boscat? No, that's the wrong one. Let's do Tir Boscat actually. Yeah. So this is another animal here in South Africa. It's called a tierboskat. I don't know if that's what I wanted to do. I'm trying to get to the same kind of image view window. That is the right animal. It's called a serval. Chip, 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 chip. It's not doing it, yeah. It's also not opening them the same way. Like, I don't know why, but like I was like, maybe it would scan these ones too. Look at that dude. Look at that happy little catcher. They have these round little ears. I'm just looping in a yeah, I've seen some of these. We have some of these on our farm actually. They're small though, and they're very scared of human beings. They steer clear. Okay. My phone heard Mel's statement as show me the nearest Red Lobster and started talking to me. Suddenly, like I'm imagining now like a weird dystopian fractal of like you tuning into my stream while listening to me in your car, and then I start saying something, and then your car thinks I'm talking to it, like, show me the nearest Red Lobster, and then suddenly it just starts driving you to the Red Lobster, and before you know it, you're in the Red Lobster, getting Red Lobstered. Like, how did this happen? What do I do to deserve this? Oh goodness, thank you, Kristen, for joining us. Sent it 4 times, battled through COVID and shipping complications, and finally made it. Literally, it did take a while as well. Oh no, a mouthful. Looking snake right there. They wrap around to gather your body heat. They did, Simon, because it was like raining at that point still. So that snake was getting rained on. And then tripped out for a second of those purple markings. They're mulberry juice. Like as soon as I picked it up, it was like, ah! Trying to get away from me. And then I just kind of like transferred it from one hand to another. And then it kind of like made proper contact with my skin. And I could see it almost like realize, like, wait a second, this thing isn't directly hurting me. It hasn't put me in its mouth and isn't chewing me. And it's also warm at the same time. And that's where those photos are taken. You can see it completely wrapped around my hand. Like it was fine. It was chilling. I held it for like maybe 30 or 40 minutes. I hope that the extra little bit of body heat, helped it have a successful hunt at the very least. That's crazy. Hope y'all have your privacy settings updated. Privacy settings? Privacy is a lie, bro. Privacy is an invention. Did you know that? Privacy is something that we invented. I don't know if that sounds silly, but I'm serious. All right? Privacy wasn't the thing. Never. Not really. Not for the most people, at the very least. And this is not me being like, let the tech companies exploit your wealth. No, that's definitely not what it is. It's more, what are you willing to accept, right? What parts of yourself do you want to be private? Because it's impossible for yourself to be private, technically, right? Again, I can kind of try and connect it to today's stream topic. Today's stream topic is that truth is the fact of your existence, right? But another way to articulate that can also be your existence is fact that privacy cannot exist, right? Because as soon as you exist in the world, you have microorganisms living on your skin, right? I don't know if they're watching you necessarily, but they're showering with you as well. They're also in the bathroom with you. Ain't no privacy, right? And then maybe it's like you're living with a family. So you're living in the same home. Sure, you might have your own room, but you have to come out into the kitchen or whatever, to get yourself some food. So there's no privacy in that way. And you're like, oh, Mel, I'm a shut-in. I live with myself, right? People deliver my food for me. Then maybe the person delivering your food sees you for a second. You're like, oh, joke's on you, Mel. I tell them to put my food outside, and then I get it when they're not there anymore. And I go like, joke's on you. Maybe somebody sees you opening your door and grabbing your food for a second. Boom, privacy gone. Right? You're like, hey, joke's on you, Mel. I have a secret box that I slide my food through that nobody gets to see me. And then I'm like, joke's on you. Google has your camera switched on. And you're like, joke's on you, Mel. I have all of my cameras duct taped shut. And then I go, joke's on you. You can see yourself. Right? And the fact that you can see yourself means that there is no privacy. Right? Because surely, if there was ultimate privacy, you wouldn't even be able to perceive anything at all. And yet, here you are. The miracle of existence, the truth of your existence is the joke. I don't know if I'm really like 100% invested in what I just said from a perspective of believing it to be true, but that's the way I'm trying to see it at the very least, where if God, right, like I consider God awareness, love to the point of giving your awareness to everything. Like that amount of love, that's insane amount of love. And because of that love, we get to have this moment right now. We get to have the truth of our existence. But if God was selfish with that love, right, didn't want to be seen in the outer world, wanted its privacy, it would never be as it is right now, right? Because in a weird way, if we think about God, right, because of his all-knowingness, as soon as we think about him, that it would be instantly like an invasion of privacy, right? For another way to think of it is like Neuralink tech. Imagine, and this is not me trying to scare us, this is just me trying to almost like look into what we are and where we're going. But imagine a society where every single person in the world has a Neuralink device, right? Or whatever BCI becomes the most popular one in 20 years. And then with these BCIs, we're connected to a network, the internet. And then due to that connection, as soon as I think about Toasty, Toasty knows I'm thinking about Toasty, right? I'm thinking, you see, Toasty is probably being an absolute gangster of a dad right now, right? Making his little one feel loved. And then in the ether, Toasty feels that, love coming from my place in the world, right? And now to think of that like the larger perspective of God having access to everything, omnipotence, right? Seeing all at the same time, all right? How much of an invasion of privacy it would be to have beings that exist and have independent thought, and yet love so much that allows even that. Might be scary, and yet I'd honestly believe that if you weren't supposed to exist in this space, you wouldn't. It's a blessing having you here. Thank you. I used to have snakes and lizards everywhere here, but not so much anymore. Now that I have a cat and a rooster, they kill and eat everything other than the squirrels. Ferocious hunters, both of them. Yeah, chickens are little, velociraptors, technically speaking. Little dinosaurs, dude. They have no chill. I've watched chickens dig out those mealworms, right? Like these massive, white, thick, like thicker than my finger worms out of the ground and just like peck that thing to death, dude. It's rough. Hey, Zano, I see you too. Your friend. It's nice having you here with us. Bird hitting a dope house beat. Sounds like excellent teamwork, Joe. What is this, civet, right? Savannah cat. Yeah. Those clouds look like rain. Oh, it's been raining. It's been raining. We got 55 mils of rain. You're like, I don't know what that means, Mel. I don't really know what it means either. Technically, it means you got 55 mils, so like millimeters, so 5.5 centimeters of waterfall on every centimeter, I think, on every cubic centimeter. Is that how it works? Hey, Google, how does the moles work with the rain meters? Yeah, what exactly does that mean? Let's see. We'll have I saw my dad come through that gate, seeing my mom, and is now leaving it closed. Okay, it's opening. Okay. Although we usually just say 10 mils of rain, what it means is 10 mils in the last 24 hours or 10 mils in the last 6 hours. Or we can even say, last night we had 10 mils of rain and so on. The period of time. That's not important information, bro. Okay. Therefore, a rain gauge is used to gather the rain, is used, the rainwater collected in the rain gauge stays there, so that the 10 mil column of water collected in the gauge means that rain brought enough water to cover ground, that area with a layer. I mean, you're just saying area, bruh. There we go. Per square meter. It's a millimeter per square meter, not per square centimeter. Okay. So 1 meter by 1 meter got 55 mils of water on top of it over all of this. I mean, I don't know if the distribution is 100%, even all over it, but it gives you like a rough average, at least for that spot. And we got 55 mils over the last 3 days, which is nice. That's about 10% of what we can expect in a whole year here in South Africa, at least historically speaking. It might end up changing with our climate changing, which might actually, and I don't know if this is me being insensitive, it's just me trying to be hopeful, might actually be a good thing in some ways for South Africa. Apparently, as the air temperature or as the ambient global average temperature goes up, it also increases the amount of water that the air can hold, right? Like it's more difficult to saturate warmer air than it is colder air when it comes to its water containing capacity. So yeah, it might also mean actual, like rainstorms that flood buildings and streets and stuff like that as well. So we're going to have to catch up with our infrastructure. We're probably going to have to rebuild our cities, honestly. You know, maybe this is going to be maybe climate change is going to be something that makes it impossible for us to not build eco-conscious cities. Maybe in doing so we'll heal human beings as well. Cat and rooster combo. All messages, thank you for the reminder, bro. Thank you for the reminder. Snake is most common source of nightmares in most countries. I've never. Wait a second. I almost kind of lied. It wasn't technically a snake. I had one semi-snake nightmare, but it wasn't a snake. It had the body of a snake, but it had the face of a worm. It had a face of a worm. It also had the 6 little hard-legged tentacles. No, this is legs, right? Like some worms have like 6 little hard legs, and then they have those soft little suction cuppy legs, right? It had those 6 little hard legs with the worm head attached to a snake. That was the closest to a snake nightmare I've ever had, but that was the only one. Teeth falling out is close. That one I haven't experienced too much either. For me, my nightmares are usually like powerlessness in nature. Like slowly dying. And usually, it's not necessarily a nightmare. It's more like watching a horror show, right? And in the same way as you watching a horror show, which I don't like watching horror shows for that reason. You kind of have to sit there and just accept, right? You have to be there for that experience. Otherwise, you won't actually get to experience it. That's my nightmare-based dreams where I'm like, oh, look at me dying. How about that? And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, wow. Happy I'm alive again already. Oh, the snake acted like how when you sit down in the seat that was previously worn by someone else's tushy. Hey, Zena. So much love. Mel, I was talking about AI scanning your photo library. I know they weren't just a joke. I mean, they can if they really want to. I have nothing to hide, fortunately. I found that that's the easiest way to live. To the friends who care, it is 17:07 on December 27th, and there is 77% on my battery right now. Yeah. Love is true. Jokes on you, Mel. I'm just an NPC in your world file. Yassi, bro. Well, in that case, you're going to be one I frequent. Coming back to those NPCs, bro. Like this NPC has like a stacked file. That folder is full, bro. That folder is popping. You can see the little scraggles, it's trying to peek out from the sides. Reject all cookies apart from rainbow cookies. I didn't mean to press this button. It's okay, bro. The amount of rain it collects in a cubic centimeter. Is it cubic centimeter? Because that information just gave me cubic meter. No. Not cubic meter. Square meter. Yeah. Otherwise, it's an extra dimension. Jokes on you. I listened to that entire explanation and I'm still confused. Point is, you cannot be private, right? Because I believe the thing that you are beyond this body, your body might think itself private, but the thing that you are is like beyond that, is beyond everything, is the same thing that is inside someone else. And if they point that thing at you, at this body, you would consider yourself not private. And that thing is pointing at you right now. So you cannot be private, right? And that's why I mentioned that God loves us so much that God omitted privacy because of us, right? So that we can be who we are, so that we could experience this truth of love in this moment. Are you really confused? Did it not make sense? I know sometimes I don't. Maybe that's what conscious evolution feels like sometimes. Reject all cookies apart from memories. Love is true. Most favorite Christmas present. Select only one. I mean, this is the Christmas present I got last year from my dad. And it's been 1 year of me having it. I don't know if it's my most favorite. but it's been my recent favorite. Yeah, I'll take it. How about you, Simon? Tell us what yours is. Oh, that's a tough one. Simon, 125. Cash Love. My dad. That is actually kind of nice. Yeah. Wait a second. Love my dad. Okay, yeah. That is kind, bro. Your dad knows. It is hard. Uh, I don't know if I would just give cash. Weirdly enough, that didn't even cross my mind. It probably should have. Like that, I was like tripping out about how I was like tripping out about buying my family parents. Am I high right now? I'm supposed to get less high as this goes on, right? I bought my family presents and I went online to this little, like our equivalent of Amazon, and I got all the presents kind of like in a line. And then I bought the presents, and then there was only so much stock of the thing that I wanted to buy them. So I ended up buying other things for the other family members. And I feel like just giving them cash would have probably been less of an headache, but it would also be less meaningful to me. And yet, maybe the thing I'm supposed to pay attention to is that it's not about me. It's about the person that you're gifting to. All right. Reminding them of the truth of their existence, allowing them to exist in their truth with that money instead of you forcing them to do something. I do believe that all of my family members will appreciate their presence. It'll be especially here in South Africa for at least 3 of them. 3 of them got the present I wanted to buy everyone. So I'm gonna have to see how I figure it out. Death and dreams feel so real sometimes. Yeah, very real. So slow, so inevitable. That's the weird thing for me, Toast. My dying in dreams is like, yeah, this is going to eventually happen. So why not now? Right? And then I die, and I'm like, yeah, actually, I want to live more, not die more. All right. I've only died in my dreams once. That was when I was about 15 or 16. Don't know if you want to share more context, Kristen, but I'm sorry you had to go through that. Dying in dreams symbolically means a new start. I read that somewhere. I can see that. Stop pointing at my points in private. Inflation busting donations was needed. Inflation busting, bro. Inflation. The fact that we know that word makes me angry. It's like, yeah, things get more expensive and your money becomes worth less. What? Why both ways? Why does it have to go both ways? Why does my money have to get worth less and things get more expensive, right? That seems like a double whammy that I didn't sign up for, yo. And then they're like, yeah, inflation is a good thing because it makes people spend their money. Is like one of the most stupid things I've ever heard in my entire existence, bro. Like, people do not need reasons to spend money. People like spending money, bro. They like it. They'll spend money even if they don't have money to spend. Literally. Like, that's actively happening. There are people spending money they don't have right now. It's happening. I can feel it happening. I can feel their stress. I can feel their anxiety of whether or not they'll be able to freaking cover their credit bills. And yet it's happening because it needs to happen. They need to buy food right now with their credit. I'm getting read. Don't mention inflation, right? Food, inflation, and separation, right? Those are my no-no topics. Correct, mate. Love to you. We have the privacy of our thoughts and internal narratives. Nope. I don't think so, because there's something aware of your thoughts and your internal narrative, Joyviv. Again, there is this thing, right, that I'm touching right now. I'm not touching myself, technically not, right? Because there is something beyond just this that is aware of being touched. And then there is the thing being touched, right? And there is this thing thinking thoughts and feeling feelings. And then there is this awareness that permeates it beyond. That's just sitting there, unchanged, allowing this experience to happen, this truth to unfold, right? Actively allowing this truth to unfold, your existence. And it sees all. It sees all. It sees you and it loves you, Joy of Eve. So, sure, you're not private. You can never be private, but you are all loved. Right? You want. Can you be loved if you're perfectly private? Is it possible? Is it possible? I don't think so. Surely, right? You can love yourself, but that is also, I don't think, private. From the higher dimensional perspective. Sure, it might be. But loved by another, it's impossible to be loved by another if you're private, because it's literally, paradoxical in nature. Correct, bait. My internal narrative wants beer and crisps and weed. And then there is the part of you that's aware. It's like, yeah, beer and crisps and weed would be nice. But I also had beer and crisps and weed yesterday and the day before and the day before that. And I've been aware of you beers and crisping, right? So maybe we take the day off, surely, right? And the fact that there is this thing that sees all you're doing and is trying to correct, trying to be aware, means to me that you're not private. Is this a weird conversation? I'm sorry. This is one of those where my dad would get so angry with me. He would get so riled up with me tuning him. He cannot be private. He'd be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? He'll literally like walk away, lock himself into the room or something and come back 30 minutes later being like, oh, I was just private. And I'm like, no, Dad, actually you weren't. I was thinking about you this whole time. This whole time I was seeing you in my mind's eye, pouting, while sitting in your bed, watching YouTube videos, playing your guitar a little bit. I saw, bro. I saw. Sure, you were locked in your room, but I saw all of it, though. And then he's like, yeah, this kid is Satan possessed. When it's just me trying to get to the depth, right? Trying to get to that core understanding. I guess I should give up. But I don't know how to. Spicy paprika chips here. I've never had spicy paprika chips. That does sound nice. This might be sacrilege to some, but I'm a salt and vinegar person. I know. I kind of like it. It's like chips that fight back. It's like that first flavor. Then I like my spicy flavors as well, and then cheese. Right. That would be the lower on the rung. And I mean, next to like a close contender to salt and vinegar, it's just like sea salt and pepper as well. I also really love that flavor. Beer flavored chips. That sounds like sacrilege, but weirdly enough, Joy Viv, it can be done a little bit at the very least. My uncle, one of my uncles, he's like a manager at Darling Brewery, I believe it's called, or at least I think he used to be. I don't know if he still is. And they repurpose their spent hops, right? Like after they ferment their beer, they take out all the solids and then they mush it. And then they put them in like, I don't know if they roll them out or if they squirt them out, but they make chips. They make like small little crisps out of it. And then they bake those little crisps. And then you get to eat like I don't know if it's waste. It sounds rough saying you get to eat the waste of beer, but you get to eat technically beer chips. There's less waste because you get to eat beer chips. Aren't there beer flavored corn nuts? I don't know about that. Beer flavored something. I don't know if that would be my vibe though. If you think I think you misunderstand privacy. If you think your thoughts aren't your own. No, Joy Viv, I understand what you consider privacy, right? Like you would like to have your own thoughts. For instance, you might want to think something extremely heinous, right? Maybe you think something heinous while someone walks into the room. And the fact that your thoughts are private allows for that situation to go on beautifully. Instead of the whole room just stopping and looking at you and being like, the fuck did you just think? Right? I get that aspect of privacy. But again, there's still this version of you on the inside that will think this heinous thought, and you'd be like, shit, bro. That's rough. I sure am happy that nobody else gets to hear what I'm thinking right now, right? Which means to me, you're not private in that moment because there's something aware of what you're thinking and it has like a moral compass, has an understanding of what love is and whether or not love is true in you thinking that thought, which to me means that is again the stress of not being private only arises because you aren't. it's like a it's like a paradox. As I said, like you are experiencing the fact of being observed. And then that fact of being observed, when you think a thought, makes you consider the significance or the awkwardness of that thought being not private, right? Because it isn't. You feel that awkward energy being generated inside of you. And it's almost like a gauge, where you can like, yeah, I thought that thing, but I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want that thought made known, right? And if you were private, if you were actually private, maybe you would just say that thing into the room because you didn't have that extra layer of non-privacy with your own thoughts, right? You don't have that outer perspective to look inward. I eat breakfast at noon. Do you consider eggs breakfast food? I ate breakfast in the afternoon, right? Ew, salt and vinegar chips. I kind of knew you would be one of those that's like saying ew, Joy Vive, of course. I love that destroyed mouth feeling. yeah. I have Toasty on my side, so I feel strong. I'm like, yeah, me and Toast will eat salt and vinegar chips without you. More for us, thank you. Yes, classic salt and vinegar. It is a classic. With some buffalo wings and blue cheese. Delicious. Now we're talking about food again. Salt and vinegar chips are good. I've never had pickle flavored chips, but I would actually like those. I think so. They sound gross. No, bro, I like pickles, man. I'll take a sip of the pickle juice, like a small one, not like a. It's just like that's weird as well. What's weird about it? You think you're not eating pickle juice when you eat the pickle? Do you dry your pickles? Do you have your pickles stacked on paper towels before you eat them? Lies. I feel one of the friends being like, "Oh, y'all melt." That is actually what I'm doing. You're a psycho. I'm joking. There's vinegar inside the pickle. Boom, checkmate. You're still eating the vinegar. So I'm having cereal to celebrate Louis Pasteur's birthday. So I can't think about chips. Bless you, Kristen. That sounds nice. What kind of cereal you're eating? I'm curious. Yeah. Joy Vive is also asking. Breakfast is the most important meal. I eat breakfast in the. I could eat breakfast all day. So I think Joy Vive means she's doing intermittent fasting. So breakfast is only later in the afternoon. Late night bowl of Frosties, yes please. Corn Pops, always corn Pops. I don't think I know corn Pops. Eggs are an anytime food, agreed. Steak and eggs is a good anytime, exactly. I love pickles and pickle juice. I like how Joy Vive is like, oh, you like salt and vinegar chips? Ew. And she's like, yeah, I like pickles. Right? I feel if anything was ew, it would be pickles. I'm not really that opposed to food. Like if something smells fine, I can tolerate eating it. Apparently, durian tastes like salted caramel. But the smell makes me not want to get close to it, right? The smell makes me not want to be in the same room as it. So, yeah, pickles don't smell bad, even though they are technically premature cucumber put in a brine and then left to its own devices for days, weeks, months, maybe even years at a time. Right? That does sound like a little bit weird. If we didn't have proper sanitary practices and we didn't know that vinegar is a murderer of microorganisms, it probably would be a little bit more yikes. I'm thinking about that, right? Like the reason it's not gross to me is because I understand it. It's the same thing with yogurt. Yogurt or water kefir or kombucha. All of those things, technically speaking, are kind of gross. And yet, because of the extra layer of understanding, the truth of my existence within this dynamic, allows me to kind of appreciate it. More pickles from me and Mel, Kristen. Love you, but you can keep your pickles away from me. So you're like a no-no. You're the type of person that takes the pickles off their burgers if they put any on them. Weirdly enough, I don't think I've ever, and I'm saying this pretty liberally, and I might have some lapses in my memory, but I don't think I've ever had pickles on burgers anywhere other than McDonald's. Is that true? Maybe at Burger King. I don't know if they do put pickles in their burgers, but like I don't think I've had pickles on a burger at like a proper burger shop, right? When we make burgers for ourselves, we rarely put pickles on them. Even though I do appreciate a pickle on a burger. I don't mind it. Durian tastes like salted caramel. This is what I've heard. This is how I've heard it described, right? But when something smells like ripe baby poop, it can taste however it wants to, right? Like the act of bringing it up to my face, like I'm like, and I love smells, right? So that's what it is about for me. Like I will literally put my nose inside of a wee jar, to bring all of those scents into my body, right? So the other side of it, because I love the experience of smelling things so much, bringing something up to my face that smells like shit, I would like literally have to fight myself. I have to strap myself down. I don't think I'd be able to do it. Pickle juice fraternizes with everything. I'm eating her initial cereal, Special K. It's like Special K with strawberries. Oh, I know Special K. It's like a brand, right? Like a fibrous cereal. Eating her initial special cereal. Okay. More pickles, pickle juice, deer hand. Okay, pickles are selected. Tastes like Marmite. I don't mind Marmite either. I don't mind olives. I don't mind. I do mind cilantro. I do. I like it. I'm one of those people that tastes soap, right? Like if you put cilantro on my food, you might as well have gone into the washing machine room and like sprinkled some of the freaking washing powder over my meal. It's fucking disgusting. And they love cilantro in China. I literally had to learn, and I forgot it again, but I had to learn the words for cilantro. And mayo. Mayo means without. Mayo. The word is there somewhere. This word, mayo, was a belief. Please don't put this in my food, please. And then they would still put it in my food, and I would have to painstakingly take these small pieces of green out of my meals because I refuse not to eat my food, even if it tastes like soap. But like, I paid for this food, I'm gonna freaking consume these foods. Every single one of these calories are going inside of my bodies. Craving pickles now. That's how I feel about bean juice. Oh, bean juice. If you sip the bean juice, I might raise my eyebrows and you'd be like, "You hungry? I can get you some juice, some juice. Maybe some coffee. You don't have to drink the bean juice, please." Oh goodness. No beans on the plate. They will infect all the foodstuffs. Okay, I don't mind the bean juice with food, right? But drinking the bean juice, yeah, that's gonna be a bit much. SA doesn't put pickles on their burgers. No, at least not when we make them ourselves, right? We'll do caramelized onions, we'll do tomatoes, we'll do lettuce, we'll do cheese, but rarely have I eaten pickles on my burgers, at least outside of the fast food chains. I heard that durian is the nastiest stuff you'll ever put on your face. I never felt the need to explore that theory. Yeah, yeah. I also didn't feel the need, right? I do feel a slight sense of loss. Maybe that's the right word. Mm, is a specific word? Let me see if I can find it. Scrolling through my vocabularies. Like it is loss adjacent at the very least. Like the experience of wishing that you did actually do something just for the sake of knowing what it was like, right? When I was still there. Because the odds of me buying myself the hey Evil. The odds of me buying myself a durian are not, right? That ain't gonna happen. I won't do it. So the fact that I didn't try it when I was in China, when somebody else bought it and offered me some, it's making me feel some kind of way. Broccoli is super good. I do like broccoli myself as well. I will eat broccoli. A creature just decided to come and sit on my lap right now. Can we flip you over? You're really pushing those little feetsies inside my body right now. Let's do this. I know. Yeah. Let's go like this. There we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you lay down. You lay down. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, now your little feetsies aren't pushing into my skin. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that, Ema. Ain't no fun to me. You're stable. She's usually like tripping out about falling over. Like, you're not gonna fall far. Look at her eyes. Like, I don't wanna fall. Like, the ground is like directly underneath us. If you fall, it's not gonna hurt. You're also light. You're super light. You won't build up that much momentum. To be a doge. She just heard a gunshot. Eva missed you. Yeah, you hear that, Eva? People missed you, Doggo. I think I missed a few up top. Let me scroll back. Never felt pineapple on pizza, guys. I'm a pineapple on pizza person. I'm definitely not opposed to it. I've eaten fig on pizza as well. Wasn't bad. I will not do banana though. Banana is crossing the line for me. They do durian on pizza as well in China. I saw people do that as well. Do people like rapini? I don't think I know rapini. I'm a pineapple offender, Sam. It's me. I admit it. Me too, Kristen. We get some solidarity here at least. I don't like it. Italian broccoli. Oh, it's like scrawny broccoli almost. Isn't that just marijuana sano? Italian broccoli sounds like a euphemism for pot. It does. Kristen can pick off and eat all the pineapple, then hand me the slice to eat some pineapples. Yeah, I'll put all of the pineapple pieces on one slice. Love of the broccoli variety. That's a deal. So much love. Report back when you have tried rapini. It's that bad? Goodness. Does it taste bad? Or does it smell bad? Or is it just like not, like it's a texture thing? I'm curious. Hot pineapple and ham in pie shape with red sauce? My stomach doesn't want that. Nobody wants a Joe. That's why I never get it. Wait a second. Were we against? We were against the. Oh, I think I missed Sam's comment. I too have heard that to eat durian in a room with other people is considered highly impolite. Like that smelly fish you have to open. Yeah, it's like microwaving your fish in the office microwave, right? Like, come on, dude, don't do that. Come on, bruh. Yeah, that is very much what it's like. Like it's so bad that and they did, right? That's the worst part. Like when I had the opportunity to eat durian, some of the assistant teachers, the ones that are Chinese speaking, but they understand English enough to be able to translate it to children if I'm giving them instructions. They were the ones that opened the durian in the kitchen. And it was so bad that as soon as I opened the door and tried to walk in, I had to like take a step back. It like literally felt like being assaulted by scent as soon as I opened the door. Like it's that bad. It's not like you walk in and you're like, what is that smell? It's like the first thing you notice, right? Before light even goes into your eyes, that smell penetrates your being. It's not a good time. And it made me angry as well. I had to like go and sit in another room. Why is Melt unconcerned about gunshots on the farm? I have accepted my fate, Joy. If gunshots are firing at me, I would hear then I'd probably be more concerned, right? Then you would see me concerned. But since I'm not hearing any projectiles fly past my head, I'm kind of chill with it. Sort of thing. Oh, fart! I changed computers and went back to top messages. Oh, I don't think. I feel like if you're like if I'm touching my screen, right? Like if I'm trying to read the comments there, a lot of them disappear. But for some reason, on my like viewer screen, I get to keep most of the comments. So it's like they filter more for me on like my account than they do for me on one of my other accounts as a viewer. Nobody wants it. Eva looks like a big baby right now, getting tummy rubs. Yeah, like the amount of stoked that they were last night to see us was heartening to see. Like so much so that I wish we were recording. Like they were so happy. Oh derp, I did the same thing. I might have missed my context. But I feel it is time to pull a card. Yo. Talking about being assaulted by smells. The smell of fresh cow shit just hit me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like you had to know, bro. Like at least there's no smell of vision or stuff like that, bro. Yeah, see. That's not fun, man. Please. Okay. Let's see. Card time. Yeah, it gets annoying that it's default to top messages. It really is. I want to see them all. There should be like ways, like they should have, when you press that button, they should just have like a small little like tick box, right? Like do this always or remember my option. Like they can literally do in the top right corner, remember, right? Remember? With a little question mark. Like it doesn't have to take that much room. Remember my preference or remember preference. And then a little block that you can just click. Come on. Come on, Google. It's not that big a deal. Even if you realize the window. Even if you resize the window, it changes to top messages. Love is true. Thank you, friends, for caring enough that you want to see all of the messages. We have Zano going for orange. We have Joe Schmo going for aqua. Let's see. Those are technically opposing colors, right? I think so. Are they? Mm-hmm. No? Okay. I mean, aqua feels very correct. There is some speckles of orange. Surely. But technically the color of the card is green. Or complementary, depending on how you look at it. I should have said complementary, actually, Kristen, because I do like to look at it that way. Maybe a bit of purple too. There might be like some purple in those lines. You know, you see the orange on the shells of the turtles. The aqua that they're literally in the aqua. Card number 34. Yesterday was card number 64. It's nice to have the cards again. Thank you, Kristen, for sharing the photos on the general tab as well. I'm going back home tomorrow afternoon. I miss my bed and kitties, and I'm tired of fighting with my mom. It's been impossible to go to bed on time, and I'm getting a cold or COVID. I'm so sorry to hear that, Joy Vive. Sending you love. Thank you for taking your sleep so seriously. Like I haven't been too vocal about this, but sleep is probably the most important thing. I think that's why I'm not vocal about it, Joy Vive. It's because I'm not doing as well as I would like to. Sleep is probably the most important thing you can get right if you want to live a long and healthy life. So the fact that you're taking it so seriously, and the fact that your mom doesn't, and the frustration that that brings, I understand, and I'm proud of you for being strong. I hope that you get better soon if you're feeling a little bit under the weather. Damn it. She just brought me coffee. She's the best, also the worst. And so am I. Sigh. Yeah. How about that? The truth of existence, right? That it's not true that your mom and my dad are all bad. It's not true that they're all good. But it is true that they exist. And it's true that they're human. And it's true that they make mistakes. And it's true that sometimes they do kind things. Love is true. Sending you so much bless during this time. I'm off my game. I like the turtles though. No, there is purple. There's orange. There's definitely orange, right? Like the orange is important. I feel like these turtles wouldn't be so pretty if not for those orange spots on their shells. So don't sell yourself short, Zano. Maybe you're just looking for the significant color, right? I know you tried to get the border. I know, but don't sell yourself short. I appreciate you guessing. You're growing that skill. Okay, I need card 34. With me 24/7. Resist the urge to get up and do something or feel guilty because you are not. Right? How about that, Kristen? And now Kristen has like the info on her side of the world as well. Simply being is the core meaning of this card. Simply being. And I feel it's so apt for the day, right? It's the 27th. I know some of you friends might not have the luxury of not having to go to work today. But if you do, allow yourself to simply be during this off time that you have. For we find within this image the number 5 and the geometry of the pentagon. Within this 5-sided polygon, stars appear and speak to us of excellence, protection, and divine transcendence. The stars of this card are 5 green sea turtles. They glide gracefully through the pentagons, reminding us to be gentle with ourselves and to be present in the moment. To experience the truth of our existence, right? With peaceful grace and presence in the now, these gentle spirits ask you to consider the importance of simply being. The pace of the modern world seems ever faster, demanding that we accelerate our capacity to accomplish more and more and more and more. Most people believe there is not enough time to get everything done, not enough time for ourselves. This card invites you to relax into this very moment, meditate, doodle, daydream, and simply be. Resist the urge to get up and do something or feel guilty because you are not. Give yourself permission to let your cares and woes fade from consciousness long enough that you may see into the moment and feel peace. Peace. Pause. And in this pause, allow your body, mind, and spirit to deeply enjoy the excellence and of simply being. You may receive messages, and that is fine. Or with a bit of luck, you will genuinely be able to simply be. With a bit of luck, if you're lucky, you'll be allowed to simply be. Today's stream topic is literally the truth in your existence is being you. All right? All of us are lucky right now because we are simply being. There is truth in our existence. Like, that's such a perfect card. Like, I'm so stoked to be able to share these moments with you, friends. Thank you, Joe. It's Joe's card. Like, Joe's the 34 in my world. This one always feels relevant, right? Like, it's like we've heard that card so many times at this point, and every single time it's so apt of like, yeah, give yourself the time to calm down. Okay, Krista, sending you love, dear friend. It's nice having you here. We're just about finishing today's stream topic. You're sending me diamonds and fire. Fire that makes diamonds. There's like a few fractals that happen in my mind when I think about that, Simon. One of them is a fire, like a little person that just makes diamonds, right? Picks up sand and then gives you a bunch of diamonds. And the other one is a type of fire that, when applied, makes things diamonds. And I want that fire, bro. I appreciate you sending me some. Simply be. Allow yourself to buzz around this reality and give yourself the nectar of life so that you can experience a little bit less strife, a little bit less worry, a little bit less stress, reduce the levels of cortisol that we actively release. Reminding ourselves that even though things are not perfect, they could be. I might be wrong, maybe, but I believe. Yeah, I'm grateful to simply be. Take time to binge, watch something. If you need recommendations for good shoes, hit me up. Yeah, watch anime. If you haven't watched anime, this is your call. This is the public service announcement. If you are bored with Western TV, there's a reason for that. It's because it's bad. That's why you're bored. It's cookie cutter, formulaic. How can we pander to the most amount of people bullshit? All right, I'm sorry. Some of it's good. You know, it may not be too rough, but anime does not care, right? They do not have any rules the same way that the traditional media industry has rules. So if you want to see some novel, interesting stories, if you want to be taken on an adventure, watch some anime, right? We had Joy Vive. Sam introduced Joy Vive to Attack on Titan. That's a good one. If you watched Game of Thrones and you appreciated that anxiety and that curiosity and that excitement to know what's going to happen next, you'll really like Attack on Titan. If you want to see something cerebral, trippy, real world, but also not when it comes to the implications of, there we go, back again. When it comes to the implications of taking a life, watch Death Note. That's a good one. If you want to watch something kind of cute, right? Still anime, but cute. So watch The Devil is a Part-Timer. It's about the devil escaping hell, coming into our world, and then having to become a McDonald's employee, or a WhackDonald's, a McWonald's, something like that employee, so that he can sustain his life, so he can eat food and live in an apartment. That one is pretty cute. If you want to watch something psycho, watch Future Diary. It's about this kid who suddenly starts getting messages on his cell phone that tells him what's going to happen 5 minutes. I think it's 5 minutes for him, 5 minutes from now. And then he doesn't listen to it and he gets his ass handed to him. And then he starts paying attention to what the 5 minutes before it happens diary says to him, the future diary. And then he figures out, learns by being pulled into a different dimension, that he's technically fighting against, I think, 10 other people to become the time god. That all of these people have this power, this future diary, and they have to murder one another. And the last person standing gets to become god of time. It's a good one. It's really good. If you want to watch something rousing, watch Black Clover. It'll make you want to exercise, you know. I mean, maybe that's like the masculine perspective, right? Makes me want to exercise. It has that like, yeah, like we're powerful, we can do anything kind of energy. If you want to see something like that. If you want to experience characters, right? If you love people and you want to fall in love with people that are animated, technically, maybe watch One Piece. That's a big order, though. It's like, you're going to be busy for a while if you thought of watching One Piece. If you want to watch something modern and a little bit more mainstream, watch Cyberpunk 2077. Is it 2077 or just Cyberpunk? Edge Runners. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Very good. Maybe watch Arcane as well if you haven't seen that one. Right, those are pretty safe. Like for newbies, if you've never watched any anime ever, consider watching Arcane or Cyberpunk. Both of those are pretty epic, you know, when it comes to their execution. If you want to watch something shocking, watch Elfen Lied. Don't watch Elfen Lied. I'm sorry, I don't know. Also, don't watch Berserk. You know, spare yourself. Keep yourself safe, please. The Devil is a Part-Timer is so great. Of course, we share that, Fractal. It makes me happy. It really is. Like, it's one of my favorites, even. Anime is also young, geeky, nobody falls into fantasy wonderland, and Net's big booby Amazon lady, and meets probably Net's big booby Amazon lady. Let's not put it up on such a pedestal. I mean, again, I don't know if you've noticed how much pornography there is, Sam. So technically, when it comes to live action content, there is significant amount of pornography when it comes to just people on people content, right? In comparison, I think anime is pretty light when it comes to the studios investing money, right, into making stuff. Sure, there is some loot stuff. Okay, fine, a lot of loot stuff. Okay, fine, an excessive amount of loot stuff, but yeah, I'm not putting it on a pedestal. All I'm saying is that it is a genre that deserves more attention, I believe. Seriously, right? I think it's pretty cool storytelling medium. I want to make animated shows as well one day. You know, to add a extra lever. Stop with the spoilers. No, Shell. How about I spoil? How about I tell you the end of, you know? I'm like, suddenly my mind is like gives me all of these really juicy spoilers. It's like none of please. No, stop. If you want to cry, watch Grave of the Fireflies. Oof. Or Princess Mononoke, or which ones made me cry as well? Soul, that one made me cry as well. Now I'm actually thinking about movies mostly. No, don't watch Elfen Lied. He's lying. What? Did somebody say they're gonna watch that one? Make sure. Aren't spoilers. He's giving overviews of the shows. Yeah, technically they're not spoilers. They're just like plot introductions, you know, so you can understand what you're getting into, but you're still going to experience a lot of depth. I don't think I really spoiled. As soon as somebody tells me to not spoil, I'm like doing what now? Let me just check if I okay. Shall just hum something from yeah. Way of the House Husband. Yeah, that's a good one. Bee and Puppy Cat, really good one. Sailor Moon, fantastic. Spy Family, I do not know. It's like saying Spider-Man is a comic about a kid who becomes a superhero. That's not a spoiler, true. I do feel that way as well. I was pretty tame with it, right? If I went like, yeah, watch Attack on Titan. This person is this Titan, and that person is that Titan, and this person is gonna die in the first season, you know, so watch it. That would be spoilers. And I'd also lose my shit probably. No, don't watch Elfen Lied. He's lying. I mean, I did say if you want to see something shocking, didn't I? Right? You'll be shocked. You'll get shocked. You know, like I was very shocked. I watched that as like a 14-year-old. I came into my atheism pretty hard, and I was like, yeah, brutality. You know, things are brutal. I'm gonna die, and I'll be dead. And that mentality kind of put me in a certain state of mind, and that state of mind allowed me to discover the fractal that is Elfen Lied, or Elfen Lied. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. It is quite something. Like it's good from a perspective of like making you feel some stuff, right? Like you're in a shock. It's pretty good at that. I mean, Attack on Titan also has that shock factor, though. Joy, I have a jar of just pickle juice in the fridge. I added a splash to ranch dressing for a glow up. Nice, ranch and pickle juice. Shell, you're wild for that. I mean, it doesn't sound that bad to me. Gotta put my head between my knees, reading that. Praise. So much love. Okay. Now that you've had your suggestions, all of us, have more than enough to go and do if we're not going to be too busy for the rest of the day. I appreciate you friends joining me. Let's play some kalimba. Is this perspective fine? You like this? Let me get it like that. Today's topic was really pickles and pineapple. Pickles, pineapple, and picky people. Pickles, pineapples, and picky people. Pick what they want to pick for them. Pals. Absolutely. Hot damn. I feel like I'm already out of practice. That happened quickly. I still had some fun though. Felt like I was vibing. Had a good time. Playing at least. There we go. Okay. I want to try fermented cucumbers. I heard they're like probiotic pickles, supposed to be great for your microbiome. I can imagine that. I just don't know what it would taste like, right? I understand the fermented flavors of sugar, but I can imagine there's a lot of that in the pickles themselves, right? So Doesn't sound bad. This kalimba is giving me Mr. Rogers vibes. Hello, neighbor. Pineapple lungs and ice cream. Oh, I mean, actually, I don't think that's necessarily all bad. Pineapple can go in ice cream. I don't know what my deal is, but texture of cottage cheese give me the heebie-jeebies. Pineapple and cottage cheese. That one is a little bit much. Pineapple combats mucus production and sinus drainage. So if I'm gonna eat pineapple, I should do it after I had milk or some sort of dairy product. Not just you. Cottage cheese is gross, yo. Not yogurt, not cheese. Just creamy vomit. No, thank you. I try to not think about it. I try to put it on the bread. Well, cheese is rotten milk, so I understand that fractal. Yeah, exactly right. Sounds like a lot of flavors. I know. It all works. I can imagine so. Shadow, the texture used to bother me too. It just changed at some point. Probably, I eat almost no dairy at all. Some cheese is basically it. Yeah, for me, it's the mucus production, right? Like it gives me instantly, like literally within seconds, this like slimy throat. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to experience that. Apparently, it's inflammation. Jovan makes happy that she does. You want to read our Shanified Joe message? It goes, have the mostest beautifulest day, everyone. Your for reals are so very muchly macho grando, super duper bigly and massively loved. Meditative melt more. And all of you oh so very exquisitely, convivially, dashingly, tenaciously, dazzlingly, eruditely, jubilantly, gregoriously, conscientiously authentic, wholesome, humanimal critter creatures existing in your truth. Yeah, love is true, doubled convivially. Yeah, I was like, my mind went like, are these the same words? I've never read this word. Now I have to go back and forth to see if they're the same word I've never seen. Convivally. Hey Google, define convivally. I don't even know if that's the right way. It said convey. Hey Google, define convivally. Convey. I'm not saying convey. I'm saying convivally. Bruh. Convivial. Concavali. I'm butchering it. Ah, love is true. It's so good. Bless all of you. Together we are the strongest. Oh, that we are. Even more strong by sharing our truths, right? Like I do believe that. I like to give you my perspective. As we are choosing to give our collective truths to this space, in a weird way, in a hyperdimensional level, this space becomes even more true because all of us are choosing to, as a collective, almost like stare into each other's souls, right? It's a trip to me. Thank you. Thank you, seriously, for the love. We're on Discord if you'll need support. Blast. Thank you, Simon, for letting us know. Yeah, I'm Melty. Well said. It's the slimy throat. Lurkers, you are loved. You deserve so much. I'm Melty. That's a new word on me. Mucus. Gross. Convivially. 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 Hey Google, define convivially. Oh, conviviality. The quality of being friendly and lively. Are you working?
Conviviality.
Conviviality. It's kind of nice.
Conviviality.
Conviviality. The quality of being friendly and lively. Suddenly heard my own stream. Oh, con carne, con queso, chili con carne for me tonight. Salsa con queso. Enjoy your meals, dear friends. Thank you so much for joining me again on another Conscious Evolution. We'll do this again tomorrow so we can grow a little bit more. so we can embrace again the truth of this existence. Jaju, dairy is a no for me too, but my mind combats my body as my body contests the dairy because yummy cheese. Yeah, tastes good, but my body's like, "Ah," but tastes good still, bro. Stay cool, conviviality, new word. Thanks for that. Thank you for absorbing it too, for being a convivial person yourself, bro. Until tomorrow, dear friends. Massive epic lovin's to every single one of you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.